Five, four, three, two, one.
Hello.
Hello. Well, first thing we better say, for all our American viewers, happy Thanksgiving today.
How much turkey have you got in the oven?
I don't get
and is there pecan pie?
Right, here's the thing. The Americans really go wild for Thanksgiving Day for thing. So these ones that think, oh, we may, that we don't like the British, they're actually celebrating the British land and sharing meals with the Native Americans.
Hello, Terry. Welcome.
That's a bit ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
It is. And where did they come from? They were from Nottinghamshire, weren't they, originally? If my history goes right, Scooby in Nottinghamshire. The only reason I remember it because of Scooby-Doo.
That's ironic.
Yeah.
Evening, Seb and Pulsar.
Good evening. Yeah. So happy Thanksgiving to you.
Oh, Mick's having tacos for Thanksgiving. Ooh.
Well, that's better. Yeah, I would go for something different because you're going to get turkey at Christmas.
I know. Turkey overload.
Yeah. Right. What
I've got Christmas lunch on Monday.
You have?
I'm going to, so I know there's turkey overload in that. We're having the full turkey, ham, and all the trimmings. And Christmas pud. That's the best part about Christmas. No, that's the second best part about Christmas is Christmas pudding. The best part is Boxing Day. Or because we do our Christmas on Boxing Day, it's the day after. The best part is the leftover Christmas pudding, sliced and fried in butter.
Yes.
No, that's the best part.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, apart from me nearly harpooning myself this week.
What's this?
Yes, the vacuum cleaner.
Dave Walker with Black Sabbath.
Oh. Yeah, so I was doing I was hoovering on Sunday. Although I'd hoovered Saturday, his nibs had decided to roll over the rug.
The hairy happening happened.
Yeah. So I thought, I'll clear that up because it looks messy. And I was hoovering away and my ankle went over. Again. And I fell onto the shark.
He fell on the vacuum cleaner and broke it.
Yeah. It's now at the menders. So.
Oh, they're going to mend it.
Yeah, they are. They reckon they can.
You were hoping for a new one.
Yeah, the bloke says, well, it's a simple job. So, I mean, do you know how much it cost me? It's insured as well. So it cost me, I think, £2 a month to insure my vacuum cleaner.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. And it's worth it because when it goes wrong, it's mended. Anyway, what's been going on the old channel? Well, we've had 9,398 views in the last 7 days. But what was more impressive, 22 new subscribers. So thank you very much.
Yes, welcome.
So what you've been watching? Now, I'm surprised about this. At number 3, the Lady Gaga studio albums. At 48. And yet again at number 2, Richard Thompson with the collaborations at number 49. For number 49, sorry. But the most watched last week, and it's the first time that a painting by numbers has been the top one.
Ooh.
65 people watched the Duran Duran album cover ranking. So there you go. Thank you very much. Top short was last week's Needle Drop Saturday and Hunky Door from Hunky Dory. 1,259 people. I think it landed on Cooks, if I remember rightly, which seems to have been a popular track.
I can't remember.
Yes, it was Cooks.
Ah, good old.
So in the last 28 days, we've had 38,906. That's about the average. 64 new subscribers. That's what's been watched. Richard Thompson, he's been very popular, this story. 2010 and 20 is 129. Status quo are still 150 last 28 days. He amazes me. And Richard Thompson from the 2000s is number 1. So Richard Thompson's done very well, 172. Top short.
That's over 300.
Yeah. Top short is David Bowie again. That has been really popular, that one. So since we started this foray, we're now up to 1,022,277 views, which is 3,253 subs. That goes up and up, and it's always going up. So what's been happening in that top 5? Not much movement. Derek Riggs is at 4,635 now. Mike Oldfield is one shy of 4,900. Jethro Tull is on 5,110.
As I say, there's the gap between those two is sort of staying around about the 210 mark.
Yes, it doesn't move much.
No.
Slade, who I'm not a good fan, as I make out to be.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We had a comment. Let's explain. We had a comment on the Slade's studio album ranking. Oh, dear God. Oh.
Yeah, but saying that I'm not a real fan. So if you're watching, I was bopping around the lounge in this in 1972. And it's been a thing. You ask any man, still say, yeah, I am a big Slade fan. I loved them as a 5-year-old. But anyway, 5,906 other people loved it. So there we go. Status quo, of course, still miles in front.
Oh God, I don't.
12,191. Paul Diano, still 4,000 people watched his tribute, which is nice. People still watch it. So what have I been listening to? Well, I've actually been not much, to be quite honest. I've been doing other things, important things.
Yeah, like getting the vacuum cleaner repaired.
Yes, and all sorts. So yeah,
I'm sorry. I've got to twig you about this all night long.
Yeah, I'm the only person that falls on his. Maybe the alarm. I've listened to 12 of the 16. This is the MM++ version.
Mm-hmm.
Manfred Mann's Earth Band. I've listened to 7 of that 17. I've added Carlos Santana's solo stuff, and I've listened to 1. Out of the bag has come one from Charles Moby. I haven't listened to any yet, but it is officially out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Along with Joe Jackson, he's officially out the bag. The Average White Band.
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to 1. Now, The Damned, I have finished listening to them, but I'm waiting for their new album.
Yes. That's what, a week, fortnight?
It's not too long, and I have finished listening to Prince Buster, which has been a great listen for me. So that's what I've been up to. I've also listened to other stuff, but I've been generally getting ready for Christmas, so I can have a nice break over the Christmas period.
Oh, and we have added 2 bands to the laundry list.
Yes.
Or put it like this, I have, because I suddenly realised this artist isn't on the list. And I used to listen to him an awful lot back in the day. Jose Feliciano. 55 albums. So there's a story in there. And we've added Biffy Clyro. And in case you haven't heard, Biffy Clyro have had to cancel their American tour for the new album. There is an Instagram post from, is it Simon Neil is the lead singer?
Yeah.
Expletive deleted several times. Some idiot put the wrong date on the work visa. The start date is after the tour is supposed to end.
Oops.
Yeah, they've been in touch with immigration lawyers. They've been in touch with people in Congress. There's nothing they can do. So they've had to cancel it. Until well, later in 2026, they're going to reschedule. But he was saying that he feels that they're cursed for touring in America because the last time they were touring, Simon got COVID.
Yeah, Terry, I totally agree. I have, when I was listening, that came up. So I had a listen to it on Spotify, and you're right, it's very, very good.
That's not one I would have associated. I mean, Ghost in My House, The Damned. It's not one I would have associated.
No, it's a very good version.
I might have to go and have a listen to that.
Yes. Anyway, that is.
He's heading. Is he?
He's heading for the door. I can't believe you finished that, you gutsy. I'm coming.
Well, especially since you had to cut it in half.
Yeah, look at him looking at me. Come on, you know the drill. Anyway, it's time for Hatties, Matches and Dispatches, so I can go and sort him out because he's looking at me. So I will see you in a bit.
Okay. Enjoy the cold.
Yes.
Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome in. So, the usual, the sad, the glad, and whoops. So the dispatches, we have 5 dispatches since our last session. So on the 21st, Jean Guidoni, a French pop singer-songwriter, and Jellybean Johnson, American funk drummer with the band The Time. They both passed. The 23rd saw the departure of Iain Lees, an Australian pop rock bassist with the band Moving Pictures. The 24th, Jamaican Hall of Fame reggae singer Jimmy Cliff, legend in his own lifetime and absolute brilliant singer. Many rivers to cross. You can get it if you really want. The harder they come. So many big hits. He passed. And then, very sadly, yesterday, a young American Latin singer, only 22 years old, by the name of Maria de la Rosa. She was an up-and-coming artist. She was known professionally as De La Rosa, all one word. Was in a car, had been out with friends, was sitting in the car, whatever they were doing, and 3 fellas came up, demanded money, and then shot everybody in the car. But she passed, as I say, very sad. That's the dispatches. That's the sad stuff out of the way. Birthdays. Right. Happy birthday to 35 years young Josh James Dubovy. British singer, and he's best known. He represented the UK at Eurovision Song Contest in 2010. And apparently, if you then went and he continued on, started a solo career, and if you went and searched all you could find was Eurovision. So he, in 2013, has rebranded himself as Josh James. He's dropped the Dubungu. 39 today is Orishe Jolomi Matthew Solomon Williams. That's a mouthful and a half. Professionally known as Orishe, he's a British singer, best known as the founding member of JLS. Excuse me a moment. Right, 40 today is Clara Elias. Her full name is Clara Osk Elias Dotter. She's an Icelandic singer, songwriter, best known as the lead singer of Iceland's most successful girl group, Nylon, plus her own success as a solo artist and songwriter. 45 today is Jackie Green, American singer, songwriter, musician, and he has to be one of the unluckiest people, guitarists.
He is. Poor chap.
He became a member of the Black Rose in 2013, and the band broke up in 2015 before he could do any studio work.
I think he toured with them. I think he actually got and played with them. But
he was able to go on tour, but nothing in the studio. So unfortunate. Anyway, 56 today is Miles Richard Bass, or Bass, whatever way you want to pronounce it, probably Bass. He's an American singer, guitarist, and songwriter, but he's known professionally as Miles Kennedy, lead vocalist and rhythm guitarist of Alter Bridge.
Who have got a new album coming out in January.
Yes, they do. And the guys on Planet Rock are seriously looking forward to it.
He's not the only one.
Mm.
I'm a huge Alter Bridge fan.
57 today is Al Barrow, English bassist, best known as former member of Magnum.
And he actually still runs their Facebook page, I do believe. He's still involved with Magnum in another thing.
Oh, good.
There are pictures of him with Bob. So,
right. I haven't.
So yeah, I don't think he doesn't perform anymore, but he's involved with them somewhere along the line, which is great because he's a good old boy.
He is. 60 today is Birna O'Brien. And if you want to look up the spelling, it's complicated. I'll put it in chat later. Anyway, he plays the guitar and sings vocals with the Irish band Hot House Flowers. 63 today is Charles Lee Benante, or Benant. He's an American musician, best known as the drummer for Anthrax, Stormtroopers of Death, and since 2022, he's been touring with the reunited Pantera. Also 63 is Michael Andrew Borden. He's drummer for Faith No More. 65 is a Northampton lad, Ashley Ingram.
Yes.
British soul R&B guitarist and bass player. Imagination. What a wonderful hit they had all those years ago.
Just an illusion.
I know, but I mean, whenever you think about it, that's 40 years ago.
I know.
It's scary. Scary to think 40 years ago, I remember that coming out and bopping to that at a disco, nightclub disco in Abu Dhabi. That tells you a lot. Anyway, also 65 is Maria Lynn Schneider. She's an American composer and a jazz orchestra leader, and she has won multiple Grammys. I think it was 8 Grammys at the last count. I need to go back and check again.
Talented person.
Very, and she has played with an awful lot of really big names. 66 today is Charles Burchill. Charlie Burchill, Scottish musician, composer, guitarist, and founder of Simple Minds. 73, and Iain got this straight away. American musician, songwriter, singer, record producer, best known for playing the guitar and bass for Genesis during live shows. And of course, it's Daryl Mark Sturmer. He also did lead guitar for Phil Collins during his solo tours and albums. 77 today is Dave Winthrop, American saxophonist, and you would have heard him best during Supertramp. He was with them from 1970 to 73. 79 today is Betty Rice, she of the Shangri-Las. She's still around to this day.
Leader of the pack.
Yep. And then Grandad today, the older statesman, is Randall Edward Brecker, an American trumpeter. He's a flugelhorn player, or flugelhornist, as some people would say, and a composer. But his versatility has made him a popular studio musician. He's recorded with acts in jazz, rock, and R&B. And the list of people that he has recorded with is longer than my arms, both extended to the floor.
This guy is it's a case of who didn't he play with, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is.
A fantastic trombonist in his day. Trumpeter. He could, well, anything. He could blow anything. Excuse the pun. Any instrument, like they could. Yeah, that was not the right thing to say, but you know what I mean. He could pick up tubas, anything that they had to. He was good.
Oh God, I'm just imagining the comments that are going to come in. Anyway, the matches. We don't have any matches today to do with the music world, but we do have 2 disc matches. So both happened in 2006. So Pamela Anderson, she of Baywatch, she divorced Kid Rock after only 4 months of being married.
I won't say what I said when they told me.
But also Selma Blair, another actress, she divorced actor rocker Ahmet Zappa after more than 2 years. She had a longer term. She had 2 years of marriage. Anyway, last week, sophomore, Scorpions versus Judas Priest. Oh my God, Scorpions got absolutely hammered. It was 4 votes to 11 in the live stream. It was 4 votes to 14 on the posts. 25 to 8 in favor of Judas Priest. Iain is now winning 5-3. This week it's Alice Cooper versus Ozzy Osbourne, and Iain picked Ozzy. And last time I looked, it was in the posts. It was 5-3 in favor of Ozzy, but the live stream, it has changed. It's now third of that, 6-3.
Yay!
Hang on, let me just yes, 6-3 in favour of Ozzy. So I need to adjust that. There we go.
Yeah, sorry, Charles. It came out. I got it all wrong. It'll come out wrong.
Yeah. All right, I do the one go. All right, record hand. Yeah, very good.
That's very good.
I like that. You made Ahmed vomit. She's not a bad actress. I've seen worse. Yeah, definitely. Don't eat the yellow snow. It's that time of year. Right. Do you want to tell them what's on next week?
I think I better do. Redeem myself.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I want to try something.
You want to try something? Okay. Yeah. You want to know what's in the bottom there? Okay.
Just see if it works. Off you go.
Okay. So 1st of December on Monday, folks. Nearly Christmas. So what are we doing? Well, we're going to finish off. This is the last part of the Richard Thompson story. And it's the actual last story we're doing before Christmas, because we're going to be starting a new one in January, as the rumor says it. So that sort of gives you a clue who we're doing after Christmas. But we're going to look at his soundtrack work. Well, I found out there's one I couldn't find, but most of them are still there. Perfect Side. We're going to do some Journey, and we're going to have a look at the perfect side of Escape. Tuesday. What have we got Tuesday? We've got a request. I'm gonna rank the Tubes albums. Quite a few people asked for this a long time ago, and we finally got round to doing it. So, yep, we're doing the Tubes, and we're gonna do one of those one from whatever. And I'm doing Jethro Tull, one from 26. They may not be.
It's going to be very, very interesting. That.
Yeah, because as you know, with these, I don't pick the.
It's not the bleeding obvious.
No, it isn't. It just when I do these, when I put it together, I go through all the tracks and I go, oh, I'll have that one. I like that one today. That's what it's all about. It's just randomly picking tracks off the album and talking about. Okay, Wednesday we have got part 2 of Santana. This is getting to the serious stuff of Santana. Don't they look so young?
Impossibly young.
Impossibly young, yes. So what's going to be happening on next week's Sophomore Dome? What have we got? Well, we've got a glam rocker. And I haven't changed that. What we had today. I'll tell you what we got next week. We've got Magnum. One of the concerts I was on. I don't know how I didn't change that one, so sorry, folks. But next week's Sophomore Drone is a glam rock. We've got Sweet Fanny Adams against Mud Rock Volume 2 from Mud. So that goes to Friday. What have we got Friday? Well, we've got a little bit of pub rock from Nick Lowe, his live albums. And the new album from Spock's Beard, the Archimedeist.
No, it's the Archaeopterist.
Optimist, whatever it's called. And it's not got Neil Morse on it.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Yes. And I can tell you now, they will be going out rather early because next Friday I'm going to London. Yes, I'm going to go and see the Elvis Evolution with Lee. We should have gone earlier in the year, but it got wasn't ready. So it was his sort of birthday thing that he was doing for his birthday, but we're going on next week. So these will be going out earlier. And guess what? They will be definitely pre-recorded because I won't have time to.
Oh, God, no. God, no.
So I'll probably do them during the week, so everyone doesn't miss out. Everything will be redone. So there we go. That's what's happening next week.
Dum.
Oh, that
Yay!
worked all right.
I like that one. Yes.
Yeah. So this week we're going to be talking about concerts, aren't we?
Yes, your best 3 and your worst 3. Well,
yeah.
Maximum of 3.
Yeah, it all sort of we got inspired by this from when Nick gave us his report on Gary Newman last week. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, I've had some really nice comments from people this week. So the usual armchair warriors, people like how I've ranked. Some really good comments, and it's nice to see people actually getting what I'm doing and giving it, okay, that's yours, this is mine, bloody blah, and everyone says it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we have no problem with you saying, in my opinion, this is the way I would rank them. Fine, that's your opinion. What Iain does is his opinion. What we don't like is you're not a fan. You don't know what you're talking about. This has to be number 1. No, it bloody doesn't. in your opinion, it's number one?
Yes, I've upset a Lou Reed fan this week. But there you go. As I said, music is, I keep saying this, music is subjective.
It is. It's subjective and objective.
Yes.
Subjective to you, and it's objective to you because you decide what way you view things.
Yes, anyway, I'll tell you what's nearly finished. I've gone through all my gaffes of the year. And
the bloopers. Yay!
The bloopers, they're almost very still
on average, at least one a week.
one a week. Yeah. Yeah, I you know.
So without giving the game away, how many times does Rocky appear in the bloopers?
Not too many this time. He's been a good boy this year. I'm the one I've been the disaster.
He was about half last year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
God bless him.
I think he's more. He's sort of now. He's really good because when I do my recording, I sort of, while I'm doing the recording, it will sit under the table. When I've done one, I usually go and make a drink and have a break and then do the next one. So he follows me in, and once I start coming back into to record the next one, he follows me in, goes under the table, sits on his bed, in his little bed. I record, but when I move the screens away, he knows that's it. He sort of knows.
Yeah, he's got into the routine.
Yeah, and he knows it will be Tatty's time soon. So yeah, so it's a lot better. He didn't this morning. I don't know if you noticed on the little live stream.
Yes.
There was a little. Whoa.
Yeah.
He was actually lying. He was lying against it, and I think he must have just stretched or something. I thought, oh, that's going to fall on my head in a minute.
Yes, no, that's because that was what was happening last year.
Yeah, he did that last year.
There's that, and then there's you'll have the interesting one, album of the year, or albums, I should say.
Yes, I think it's almost done. I'm halfway because I have to listen to these albums again. I make a list. You love Rocky's appearances, yeah. I think everybody does. Yeah, well, all I can say is my top 5 are locked in.
Ooh. And that get right.
Yes, the top 5.
PC 31's in there in the top 5.
Oh, okay. What did say? I cannot possibly comment on.
Yes, I couldn't possibly comment. Yes. No, it's an obvious choice from your review. It's an obvious choice.
Yes. Also, what have I been doing? I've been getting ready all the little shorts that I put out while I'm not doing other stuff. So that's something up every day. That's all. So I've been doing so much, so I can finish. I think the live stream's the last thing I do. Or no, it's the week before. I think I finished the week before. Yes, because Christmas Day is a Thursday, so I think I'm doing something on the 23rd, and that's Ladies' Day, and that's the last thing I do before, because I won't be doing anything live. Well, we've got a birthday from a certain gentleman in California.
Yeah, but that's the 27th.
Yeah, so that'll be it. So I'm not doing anything January the 5th. I'm gonna
Yeah, you've got Monday is the standard thing. Tuesday is Ladies' Day,
and then we
which
start doing
Mike will be quite happy about. And then 3 days of Christmas, a birthday on the Saturday, Sunday's off, Monday.
I think we got that's
off.
when the bloopers. I think you got the bloopers.
No, bloopers is on the Tuesday.
Oh, I don't even know when
And
to do
then the Wednesday is New Year's Eve, and that's the album review.
Yeah, which will be which I'm doing like most things. They'll be pre-recorded. I mean, I know. Yeah, I need a break. I need a bit of a break. This time of year is very, very busy for the channel because
well,
normally it's a little
prepping to get everything ready is
but new. There is a rebrand, of course, and it's been a big overhaul one this year. So
Pulsar needs to help out with the turkey preparations, so I have to get going. Thank you, Pulsar. Enjoy. Don't stuff yourself. Stuff the turkey, not yourself.
Yes, enjoy the rest of your day, Pulsar.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll catch up with this. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Yes, I said I was going to put somebody's name in the chat.
Oh, you wasn't you?
Yes, and I forgot all about that. So, boom, there you go.
That's a mouthful.
I know, and in brackets is how you pronounce his last name, O'Brien.
I'll tell you what, it may be cold outside, but it's warm in here.
Who have you got on tonight? El Picada. Oh.
It is an original as well.
Rich bugger.
Yeah, I didn't buy anything. I just brought a t-shirt. I got it at a stand. I can't remember where it was, but I thought I'd have a t-shirt. Most cheapest thing on the store.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't have been Twickenham.
No, it wasn't Twickenham.
It was probably whenever you were.
I think it was at a Christmas market.
It would either have been a Christmas market or one of the trips into continental Europe.
No, it was brought in the UK. I think it was at I got it at a Christmas market on my sort of travels when I was working on the railway, and I think it was in Canterbury actually. We went down to Canterbury to see a steam engine, and we had a few hours to kill before the train, so we went round this Christmas market. And Canterbury being so close to France, it was like a French Christmas market, and there was a stall, and we all headed over there. We looked at the price of the drink, and we went, ah.
Mick's got to go as well. Thanksgiving once again. Don't stuff yourself. Stuff the turkey.
Yeah, so we all brought t-shirts instead.
Put a comment in the comments under the live stream. Yeah. Oh, his favorite concert, the experience. This one of which is a Thanksgiving. Oh, that's interesting. A Thanksgiving concert. That'll be good. Be good. Enjoyment.
Yeah, that's why. So yeah, I think. I mean, this was 15 quid.
Cool. Yeah, that's expensive.
Just for a.
Yeah, I suppose so. Branding, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mind you, whenever you compare that to the rugby shirts that were on sale that time we went down to Twickenham,
Yeah.
you, me, and PK.
And
Oh, what a day that was. Oh, crikey.
that was a
Yes, everybody was sort of queuing up to go into the match. We were sitting outside the Bollinger tent with a bottle of Bollinger.
no glasses.
Uh,
I can't believe we done
Thanksgiving seems to be mega popular in America. We don't celebrate such festivities in Norway. Is it celebrated in England? Some people do.
I mean, it is more of
It's an American thing.
American thing. But what makes me laugh, and I said this at the beginning, they're actually celebrating the Brits coming to America. Really, it's all to do with Thanksgiving. They shared food with a tribe, and I can't remember the tribe, but they shared food, and that's what it was all about. Because the Pilgrims actually come from Nottinghamshire, a place called Scooby. Then they sort of went away from the Church of England, so they started a new thing, and they weren't very popular, so they had to go to Holland.
Do you know why?
They're
Why they left? No,
I don't know.
American folklore has it that they left because they were being persecuted. No, it's the wrong way round. They weren't being persecuted. They wanted to persecute. And the laws of the land at the time said no. So they all
buggered off to Holland, and then they came back, got on a boat, the Mayflower, at Plymouth, and skilled across to
good old USA. Yeah. And the landing at Plymouth Rock didn't happen. It was further up the coast.
Yes. So that
historians get so much wrong.
Yeah. But Thanksgiving is not. I mean, I know there are Americans that think everybody celebrates Thanksgiving.
No,
it's like people some of them think we all celebrate the 4th of July. I think my mate summed it up once. Yeah, we're celebrating getting rid of you. That's not me. That was my mate, and that didn't go down well either.
Oh God, that wasn't the time you were at the Air Force Base, was it?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yes, that would have gone down like a lead balloon.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, tonight's topic is concerts. Three that are memorable, and 3 that are I want to forget. I don't ever want to remember that again. Given the number of concerts that you've been to, how easy was it?
Well, I can go until everyone comes. I can go through some of my honourable mentions. I think one was Guns N' Roses at the Monsters of Rock. Their set was just horrible. It was. I mean, they came on late. Surprise, surprise. And they were drunk to the flat that they couldn't play. They were all out of sync. People said it was wonderful, and it wasn't. It was trash. I mean, we just decided to go and get something to eat. They were that bad. And I never went to see Guns N' Roses again, and I never want to. That was just such a bad experience.
Colours your perception, yeah.
Yeah.
These are honourable mentions.
These are the honourable mentions.
We're time filling, waiting for the rest of you to go to appear.
Yeah, another of my honourable mentions is this one's a good gig. Seeing Magnum and Uriah Heep on the same bill
Oh, interesting one. That.
in Chelmsford. Yeah,
Oh, blimey.
yeah. Uriah Heep opened, and they were on for about hour and a half, and then there was a break, and Uriah Heep come on. So I saw two of my favourite bands on the same
Hang
day.
on, hang on, hang on. Uriah Heep opened and then Uriah Heep came on again.
No, Magnum.
It
It was a Magnum gig, and Uriah
Heep opened for Magnum. Wow.
Heep. The Heep.
Oh.
Would have
Evening,
been about
Andy.
89,
Oh, right.
88, 89.
Hmm.
Yeah, at a place called in Chelmsford, and we stayed at this little bed and breakfast, but it was like going to your nan's.
They're the good B&Bs.
Yeah, you know, we got there, we had a cup of tea, and she brought out the penguins and the little. And then the next day, because we basically went one day, went to the gig, and then stayed and went. I mean, she gave us this huge breakfast and even some sandwiches, you know, for the day.
Those are the good places to stay.
Oh God, yeah, it was. I mean, and when we paid her at the end, we looked at the bill. I says, "Well, what about the sandwiches?" She says, "I thought I'd just pop them in for you."
God bless her.
Yeah, nice ham, proper ham sandwiches, you know.
That's the sort of thing that Mum would do if she liked one of her, whenever she was running the guest house. If she liked someone who had stayed, you know, if they behaved themselves and whatnot. Oh, you're going, you've got a journey. There'd be a little something, you know, take with you.
Yeah, it's always nice.
They are, and as you say, you know, sort of, it's like going round to your nan's. They are the good places.
Yeah, no, it was a lovely experience. You know, that was.
Whereas you get places like Milton Keynes Bowl.
Good evening,
hello, Mike.
Hiya, how you doing?
Not too bad.
Good.
Andy. Ow.
I don't know. My great grandma, when she lived in Elsbarton, the toilet was at the bottom of the garden.
Oh, one of those.
Oh yeah. And she didn't get in. She did. I mean, as she got older, they moved her because they couldn't get. She went into wooden control, but until then, she was at the bottom of the garden.
Oh,
yeah, I remember that was strange.
Yeah, a while ago, Ben Rankins was telling me about his grandparents lived out in the countryside, you know, miles from Melbourne, and they had an outside loo. And if you went in the night, you had to take a torch with you and a rolled up newspaper to get rid of the spiders.
Yeah. Yes. Spiders and other creepy crawlies. Yes.
Yeah. But you know,
I mean,
there's spiders and there's spiders, though, isn't there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. We've got 3 in, so let's see if this one. Right, there you go. That's that one, Ian.
Yeah.
And then this is the other one.
No.
So we stretch across.
Yeah, but you're all tiny.
Yeah. Whereas.
Yeah, I think it works best on the left-hand side. Yeah.
Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, I mean, this house, I remember it. It had got a proper coal, you know, for coal that was still delivered to her.
Ah, right. We've opened a topic here. We've opened a topic. I wouldn't. They have them in. They have them in the Arab countries, and I refuse to use them.
They have them in France as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like things. There's little mounts where you put your feet.
That's right. I can remember going on, you know, French railways, but not just France. I mean, Italy as well. You know, back in the 70s, and you go to the loo on a moving train, and you could
Yes.
see the track going by underneath you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I can remember doing that on a train from London up to Scotland.
Right.
I can remember going to the loo and looking down, and I could see the bloody tracks going past under there. Oh, right, okay,
Yeah, some of the Reiki old Mark 1 carriages were like that.
yeah. There was definitely a reason why don't go in the you didn't go in the station. You didn't flush in the station either.
There's a lovely story. I don't know how true this is, but it's a Brian Johnson story when he used to do Down Our Way or whatever. So one of these, and he was actually he was under the tracks outside Victoria Way for the Golden Arrow, but it was running late. And there's this story that a commuter train come past, and because it was open, someone weed when they were thinking they had to take evasive action in this pit. Anyway, Michael, squat toilet.
Hello.
Yes. You know, Japan.
Okay, sorry, I'm going to take that off for a moment. We'll wait.
Japan is weird. You have the most technologically advanced toilet technology in the world, right? I mean, you can have bidet and even play music, right? You can even play a sound that creates water sound in case you're coughing. You want privacy. You don't want to hear anybody do your business. And then you go into a library or a school or a government place, and you open up a door, and there's just a ceramic hole in the ground with no railing to hold on to. So you're literally expected to be like a Cossack, and be balanced the whole time, right? And plus, reach over for toilet paper. A lot of times they don't even have toilet paper in there. You're expected to bring your own.
Oh.
The toilet paper in like institutions is single ply, right? And so, like I said, if you're drunk, you do not, as an American, it's too risky because you're going to lose your balance. You're going to put your hand down to catch yourself, and chances are you're going to stick it right into the toilet where you've done your business.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Well, I didn't realise this was a subject today.
That's next week's topic. Loos I have visited in my country.
Yeah. Your three favourite and your three least favourite. Yeah.
I thought
we may come up later. It may come up later.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Festivals, and
Andrew draws the line at Cossack dancing. A warp talk. Imagine sitting for a dump, you're serenaded with tiny bubbles. The Japanese have this thing. I think, did they call it the toilet princess?
Keep going.
It's a little portable thing about like a keyring fob that whenever you go to the loo, especially for the ladies, you got it in pink. You can get it in pink or in blue or in white. And it's pink for ladies, blue for boys, and white was sort of generic. But you could go to the loo and you could press a button on this thing and it would make like a white noise to cover the sound of you going.
Yeah. Now they're installed. They don't, no fobs. It's like it's part of the technology. It's a button that you press.
That's
River sound like a babbling brook.
Oh, that's really disappointing because the farting is the entertaining part of going to the loo, isn't it?
It is, especially whenever you're in the loo. I remember being in a service station going up the M6, and I had to go to the loo, and there was somebody on the other side. There was a stall in between me and the noisemakers, let's say. And the noises that were coming out of this stall. But the stall in between was a dad and his son. Dad was taking his son and using big toilet for the first time. You know, you could, "Yeah, what's that stink? What's that?" Oh God, I couldn't help it. I was just burst
Yeah,
out.
we'll do. I think we'll
laughing.
do one more story on that. And this. We was. Can't remember where it was, but we was having a wee, and someone was and oh God, that and my mate said, "Well, Anna, what have you eaten?" To the top of his voice, and you go. He was going to, "Oh, I want to get out of here quick."
And- oh God, Andy. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, that's one to tell your children about, isn't it?
there you go. That's one for you, Ian. Some of us would need a trainer on to cover the noise. Oh,
Anyway, I'm going to start off with a really bad gig.
mhm.
Okay.
And,
Now, I'll tell you what, Ian, before you do, hang on. This is where we want to try this one. No, sorry, this one. There you go.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
right, this is
Okay.
sort of on the. I thought I'd keep it on that same sort of theme.
Okay.
Now, back in the 80s, I had a friend that used to live in a place called Beaujeu, which was next to they used to have a Christian arts festival called Greenbelt up the road, and he used to get free tickets. So we used to go along because they used to have some good Christian metal bands and prog bands. It was a good old thing. Now, the toilet situation was, festival toilets.
Yes.
Now, the ones on the main stage, most of them were the old pits. They dig an hole, put things over.
Mhm.
Now, the ones on the stage were not. They were like plastic, like loos with plastic bags in. And there was a band on one evening, summer's evening, lovely warm day, was having a bop at the back. And all of a sudden, there was this scream. And you can never guess what happened. The loos exploded.
Why?
The bags were full.
They hadn't been emptied.
They hadn't been emptied. People running for cover because there was all sorts of sundry. And the worst thing out of it, someone come out of one of the traps eating an ice cream as well.
Mm.
But it was the same. It was the same thing. The next day we had a thunderstorm, and it was one of the worst thunderstorms we'd had for years. Tents were being blown away, and all sorts. Now, because we live locally, half of them all cleared off and just left their tents, except me and my mate Neil. And my mate's best mate at the time, Martin, his sister, and all the other tents, we sort of dropped them so they wouldn't blow away.
Mm.
And we had this quite a big one, and me and Neil spent half the night tapping all the pegs back in. We were soaked, and it was the first time it had been cancelled on the next day because of the weather. It was horrendous. We never went again.
No, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the best. I mean, that was the worst. We went to 3, and that was the worst. The other ones were okay. We'd have we had a caravan at one. There's like a little thing. We built a camp round it, and my mate used to make homebrew beer,
Mm-hmm.
and we went with 4 40-gallon, 40-pint things. You know what we used for cups? Pot noodle pots.
Yeah.
And if we was wandering around the campsite, the 2-pint bottle, the 4-pint milk bottle cartons.
Oh, yeah.
Fill them up, have it hooked on your belt. And everyone sort of found out, especially some of the ones that were their family, that like to a tipple because this was a Christian rock festival. We had some of the wildest parties on the camp. I'm sure we did.
Was it warm beer?
Oh no, it was cool. It was cool.
I should bloody hope it wasn't warm beer.
Oh no, I had a friend that was a bit of a genius.
Ah.
He converted a fridge. And so it was the top bit, but he took the top off, but it was still, put round it so it was still cold round the actual thing. So he just cold beer. Thank you very much.
Smart cookie.
Yeah, that was a fun one. It doesn't get into my top 3 gigs, but that first one, the 86 one we went to, was probably the best.
So is that a best and a worst, or is that a worst?
That's just the worst, the one where the Lose decided to. Nothing to do with the music, it was just the campsite.
All right. Are you going to alternate, or are we going to have 3 worsts?
I don't mind. I can carry on.
Well, this is
I heard two. I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you guys. I heard two.
You're in charge, Dave. You're in charge, Dave. You decide.
Well, it's a case of we
converted
we
to Christian festival. Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, very good, Terry. Yes, I like that. It's a case of we've had a bad one, but also a semi-good one. This is what I was wondering.
I'll do another one not for the music again. This is for the weather.
Right, is this a good or a bad?
This is a sort of this is a bad because it was
okay.
I was lucky enough to get tickets for the Nebworth Fair, the return of Deep Purple, the reunion at Nebworth.
Oh God, I know where this is going. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's got excited. Lovely weather up till the Saturday, and come Saturday, the heavens opened. So we all got on this because we went on a bus trip from Northampton, and it rained all day up to get in there. They parked up the bus. We got out of the bus, and it was muddy, and this is going to be, and it was peeing it down. We made our way to the stage, sat through the rain practically all day. All the bands come on and it was raining until Deep Purple, and it stopped for Deep Purple. That was me, 86, been 20, 1920, seeing one of my favourite bands that I never thought I'd ever see. Oh, Highway Star come on, and it was great gig. We all got back to the bus, and because of the rain, it was stuck.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't move. None of the buses could move. It was that muddy. They couldn't get things. So we sat there until we got back on the coach at 11 o'clock, and we were still sitting there at 3 o'clock in the morning. And they were pulling them out by tractors. It was a case of a very similar thing to Dunkirk. The little boats, everyone around came with their tractors to pull out about 500 buses.
Mm.
Now, my jeans were caked all the way up in mud. No taxi, when we got back to Northampton, no taxi would let us in their car. So we all had to walk about 4 miles, cold, wet. First thing we had to do was just ring, because there was no mobile phones in them days, was there?
No.
So parents would go, well, where are you, and that and all that. So we phoned and said, yeah, we made one phone call. Right, I think we phoned my mate's mum, and she's right, I'll phone everyone to say you're all right. We thought it was something to do with the weather. So when I got back to my front door, that was my mum saying, right, put some newspaper and a bin bag. She said, "Right, everything in that bag now." She's got my dressing gown, so it's had a bit of decency. And she picked up the bag and threw it in the bin. She just refused to wash them jeans. So, apart from the music, I've never been so cold and wet and miserable in June in my life. It didn't ruin the gig. The gig was great because he was energetic, but afterwards it was just a nightmare, and I never ever want to go through that again. And I never did, but was it horrible? When everything was just wet, you was wet through and dirty. I mean, I went and had a shower, and it was just, the water was brown. It was everywhere. Ugh. Most disgusting thing. Oh yeah, Dave's just put 12 people were reported treated for mild hypothermia
in June.
Yeah, June the 22nd, 85. Sorry. Welcome to festivals, folks, in England.
Yep. Yeah.
Right, there's two. I'll let someone else tell me some stories now.
Oh goodness. So I'll give you a bad musical experience. Okay. So I'm a little bit older than you guys. Okay. So
you're not older than me.
What I'm doing here. Help.
Right.
With respect.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
So it's April 1973. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And at a venue called the Academy of Music, 2nd Avenue in New York City, Lower Manhattan. Mm-hmm. And I think I was there because my friend really liked Bonnie Raitt. So Bonnie Raitt was the headliner, and Chuck Berry was the opening act. Okay. And you know how Keith Richards adored Chuck Berry? Like all the British bands. Chuck Berry was the god. And Chuck Berry was a very headstrong man, and I doubt that he ever really turned to other people and said, "Do you think I should record this song?" And because Chuck Berry's big hit in 1973 was a song called "My Ding-a-Ling."
Yep.
Yep.
Chuck performed it with aplomb, and he expected the audience to sing along with him. And I just thought it was the saddest moment in rock and roll to see this great man singing a song about, I guess it was about his
Yeah.
Yeah, but what we came to know about Chuck Berry later on, I think it might have been quite appropriate, really, for him to be singing about his Todger.
Yeah.
Yes, true. He was.
So, was you at the recording because it was remained as a single, wasn't it?
It was a single, and there was an album. I've got an album of that era, of sort of like some. It's like an amalgam of various London gigs, I think. Yeah.
So no one wanted to sing "My Ding-a-Ling."
Well, it was embarrassing. You saw this rock and roll legend, and he was at that point in 1973. His suit was covered in sparkles, and he's at a dirty, dungy place. The Academy of Music was not, was not the Royal Albert Hall. It was, and so nothing seemed right about it. And it absolutely ruined the evening for me. And so I always account it as one of the worst concerts I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was one of his biggest hits as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely huge in the UK. Absolutely huge. It sort of revived his career for a little while in the,
just a little bit,
in the UK anyway. I don't know about the States.
Well, I mean, it was popular on Junior Choice. Oh, it was always on Junior Choice.
Yeah, because the kids got what it was about.
Yeah.
Kids worked out
Yeah.
what it was about, and they had a giggle with it.
Oh, I never liked it. I thought it was horrendous.
It was silly, wasn't it? You know, because the live album that I've got, you know, you've got My Ding-a-Ling, and it's juxtaposed with Johnny Be Good.
Right.
You know, and you think, what?
Exactly.
Is this the same person? Is this the same person?
Yeah, you can't have that, can you?
No,
My
no.
Ding-a-Ling and Johnny, because no, it just doesn't.
Right. Somebody was asking here backstage, am I missing something? What happened to Alison Ozzy? It's a poll that we're doing. The sophomore albums. Which do you think is the better? At the moment, it's 10-5 in favour of Ozzy Osbourne. So anyway, there we go.
I'll give the stage to someone else to impart their worst.
Well, in that case, there's only one left.
Yeah.
Hello, Mike.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about this, and to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think I've ever been to a truly horrendous gig.
Really?
There's something about live music that kind of transcends everything else. You know, you can go and see a band that you don't particularly like, a band that you wouldn't sort of, you know, sit at home and listen to, and you see them live, and they're just, you know, it's just something different. It's the experience. It's the crack, isn't it? You know, of being at a gig. And there's something that I want to do in a bit. I won't do it right away, but something I want to do in a bit, because I think that people can vote on which was the best of two.
Okay.
I'll come to that later. But there was one. I must say the gig that disappointed me the most would have been. It would have been 1978 at Lancaster University, and it was a jam. And I was, you know, you can imagine, I was really looking forward to seeing the jam. I hadn't seen them before. And for whatever reason, that night, Paul Weller just didn't want to know. He just had no interest at all. They did 45 lackluster minutes. And
he
and
walked
that was
off,
it.
didn't he?
What?
He walked off, didn't he?
Yeah. But it was just, you know, I don't know. He was, you know, maybe he was on the sauce or whatever. You know, I don't know. But it was just so disrespectful. But the support act was John Peel playing records. That was good. That was very good. So you know, so I got something out of it. But it was such a disappointment, because, you know, at the time, you know, the Jam were, you know, in their pomp in 1978. You know, they were riding high. You know, they were,
Yes.
you know, they were one of the punk bands that could, you know, could hold their heads up in the UK singles charts, and they just didn't. You know, they just didn't do it that night for whatever reason, and it was just so disappointing. And that's the only gig I can really think of where I really didn't have a great time. You know, there's some obviously were better than others.
Yeah.
And when it comes to festivals, do you know what? I can't actually remember ever going to the loo at a festival. And I think it's probably some sort of psychological coping mechanism.
Probably.
But, you know, if I could recall it, it would be so horrendous that it would do me permanent psychological damage.
Well, you don't want to miss anything, so you don't want to. It's the fear of missing a great song.
I must have gone. I mean, there was you know, it was quite usual to you know, you go to the loo where you know, you go, if you want to wee, you do it where you're standing.
And then you threw your bottle on stage.
Well, I didn't do anything like that.
Oh my!
You know, but yeah, but you know, that was it. But you know, as I say, you know, you know, I went to a fantastic gig on last Friday night, but this probably isn't the forum to talk about Kneecap, because I know you guys have got sort of slightly
Well,
prejudicial views about the band, but they were absolutely bloody brilliant. And if you want to hear about them, I did a live stream with Rameau last Saturday night, French Vinyl Addict.
Okay.
And towards the beginning, I was talking about
That's
Kneecap.
because we were going to ask you about this.
Yeah. Well, if you want to, if you want me to, if you want me to talk about it, but they were really, really good. It was a fantastic stage show. And the other bonus is that the last time I went to the O2 Academy in Leeds, it was so disorganized. And, particularly you guys in the UK will know that, there was a really horrendous incident where people lost their lives at the Brixton Academy.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was seen that there were lapses with, security and staffing and everything. And the last time I'd been to the academy, we went to see Mogwai. And Mogwai are probably the loudest band on earth. You really need earplugs. But they were absolutely brilliant. But we got to the doors, to the queue outside the academy, about half an hour before the support act were due to go on. And we managed to get in just as the support act were playing their final song. And it was just so badly organised. But luckily, there's a bit of trepidation, going there. And this time it was absolutely fine, that they're really well organised nowadays. And, they're quite impressive. There wasn't any sort of shenanigans getting in. It was all very straightforward. And it was a fantastic gig. And as you can imagine, it was very political.
Mm-hmm.
It was also very funny.
Mm-hmm.
They're give you an example. A couple of their songs. One of their songs is called "Your Sniffer Dog Is Shite," and then there's being advocates for the Irish language, being Catholics in Northern Ireland, supporters of a united Ireland, but absolutely not supporters of Republican terrorism.
Mm-hmm.
But another of their songs is called "Get Your Brits Out."
Yeah, that's one of the favourites.
Yeah, but they were really good. But if you're in the mood for that sort of thing, absolutely brilliant.
I think they get, they do get a bad publicity. But if you read and if you're educated, just like you say, they're not into terrorism.
Not at all.
Not at all. And people think they are.
They were on, sort of some time ago when they first sort of started to get a bit of fame. They went on to the Irish chat show, the Late Show, and it was it's Patrick Kilty that does it nowadays.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Patrick Kilty sort of says, "Are you Republicans, or are you, or are you not, or are you satirical?" And they said, "Well, we must be satirical because we get death threats from both sides."
Mm.
And if you see the film that Michael Fassbinder's film, which is a sort of like a fictionalized, semi-fictionalized account, there's a few nuggets of truth in there, but an account of the rise of the band, the Republican terror sort of organisations get an absolutely slated by them, and it's brilliant. Oh, Keanu Nelson, yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it, Richard? Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Keanu Nelson is a First Nations singer. He's from Northern Territories in Australia, and he's got a voice like nobody else.
Oh.
And his songs, he's not a natural performer. Apparently, he's very, very shy. And in the sleeve notes, they talk about that. There's talk about him. If you see him in the street, if he sees you first, he'll turn around and go the other way in order to avoid, social contact. But then he'll also get up on stage. But apparently, when he goes up on stage and performs, he just stands sort of stock still and he sings his songs. But he's got an absolutely wonderful voice. And the album that he's just got the one album, and he's accompanied by. I mean, it sounds like probably nothing more than a sort of a fairly cheap Casio keyboard. And I think that's really good because it doesn't detract from his voice. And I had no idea who this guy was. And Fred, Big Star,
Yes,
Star 1000, sort of mentioned him to me. And then a couple of weeks later, a copy of his album turned up on my doorstep from Fred, and it is wonderful. So yeah, and you can get it. It's been repressed and reissued. So I think it's at first it was just an Australian release, but now you can get it in. I think it's either a Canadian or a US pressing, but it's available. But if you want to listen to something that's just wonderful, and I can't say any more. It's just great stuff. But I'm glad you like it, Richard.
Yeah, I might give it a listen to myself now. If two of you think it's good, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah. He is, Richard. Apparently, he's on the spectrum. Yeah.
From the sounds of it, yes, he would.
Yeah. But yeah, otherworldly. That's a good way to describe his voice. Yeah.
Yeah. If he's getting up on stage and sort of standing stock still, he's blanking everything in front and around.
Yeah.
And whatnot. It's like he's in the shower. We all sing better in the shower.
Yeah. I mean, I think somebody else described him as he does karaoke to his own songs.
I like that. That's a good description.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, you take what's his name, Lewis Capaldi. He's on the spectrum, is he? I mean, I don't like his music, but him as a person, I've got a lot of time and respect for him. I've seen some great interviews with him and how he copes with it all. Hats off to the guy.
right.
And there's a lovely clip where he just freezes on stage and he can't sing, but the fans they just sing the song for him.
Yeah,
that's and he said about that. It made him feel good that his fans know the words that well that they could sing it for him. I mean, Keanu Nelson's maybe if he froze on stage, I think it probably happened to him. The fans would just carry on for him because they know they can feel his angst.
But
that one for Lewis Capaldi, that was it Glastonbury?
Yes, it was.
All right, I didn't know.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and, I mean, he had the whole crowd literally they realised he had frozen, and they just continued singing, and you could see the tears on his face. It was very moving. And then he sort of recovered and was able to carry on.
Yeah, I mean, he's not my cup of tea, but total respect to the guy.
Exactly. Does someone else want to have a go now then?
I've got another one.
Right, let's see.
Got quite a few. This is another bad one. And it involves Deep Purple.
This
Again.
this is number 3.
Yeah, this involved and the performance.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes.
Okay, remember back in 1990, Richie Blackmore fired Ian Gillan.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in Jolene Turner.
So much drama.
So much drama. But the management, because it was coming up, I think their 25th anniversary or something, they wanted Ian Gillan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the rest of the band wanted Ian back. So they wrote this album for Jolene Turner. He got the push. In come Ian again. And the album's called The Battle Rages On. What an apt title to an album. Now, I think the song, it's not a bad album. There's some really good songs on it. So we all went off to see them on this tour at the NEC. There was no support band. It was just Deep Purple. We thought, oh, this will be brilliant. Whole night of Deep Purple. The started on, you know, in Highway Star, Pacey doing the thing, and then Roger did it. And then there was this real long keyboard from John. Ian come on stage. No, Richie.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, what's gone off? Everyone knew that it had a spat. And eventually he came on and stood literally right on the edge of the stage so no one could see him. And, you know, he was doing his little twiddly bits. And then when they were doing another track, I can't remember which one, he got some water, walked up to Ian Gillan and threw it at him.
Mm-hmm.
This was, it would have been Black Night or something like that. It was early on the set. And this was next to John Lord's Hammond organ. His pride and joy.
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen the fate. He looked at Blackmore. And
not so much daggers as here's a nuclear bomb in your pants.
And it went on like that all night. Blackmore just didn't engage with Ian. It really, and the rest of the band, you could feel that they were not happy. Mm. And then in interviews afterwards, Roger Glover said he just wanted the world to swallow him up. He'd never been embarrassed. It affected the performance. It wasn't the best performance, although, you know, they gave it their best. The fans enjoyed it. They didn't even come out and do Smoke on the Water.
Oh,
well, the band did. Richie didn't.
Right.
I think within a few weeks, Richie had gone. And to be quite honest, I think that's the best thing that happened to Deep Purple.
Well, you know, if the band can't get along, if there are, you know, musical differences, you know, the best off not, you know, not trying to sort of patch you up, not trying to pretend that nothing is wrong, because, you know, things come to a head, don't they? And
yeah, I mean, my mate went to see them with Jolene Turner, and he said, if you think this gig is bad, you should have been at the Jolene Turner one. He said it was terrible. He said it was all right, the stuff from the Slave and Masters album, because he was on them, but they tried Burn. He said he just couldn't sing it. It was a terrible gig, absolute shocker. He said this is a better gig. But the next time I saw Deep Purple was when sadly John had passed by then, so it was Don Airey and Steve Morse, and it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Then you could see the energy in the band.
Yeah,
much better. You know, they were enjoying themselves again. I mean, I saw them 2 or 3 times after they re-performed. I mean, the reunion gig, everyone was happy, but to come the next album, it was going back that everyone knew it was going down the same old route, the Gillan Blackmore thing. So yeah, it was probably one of the worst gigs.
Oh dear.
Yeah, there's another example of that is Whitesnake. You know, I've seen them a few times, And when Stevie Vai joined for the Monsters of Rock, they ruined all the classics, putting their twist on the solos and everything, and it just didn't sound right. You know, I don't want to hear fancy stuff in Fall for Your Loving, or, you know, just play me the records that we love. It was awful. I hate it when bands do that. They get, you know, you've got to sort of play the stuff what people want. You don't want their interpretations. And I think what I liked about Deep Purple was Steve Morse, now the new guy. They just play the song. They do it their twist, but they keep it within the parameters of the song. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just the venue. Sometimes it's the venue and not the band that gives you a bad experience of the performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard, there was no derailing, Richard. It actually opened up a topic, and very interesting. So
yeah,
thank you for that. Let's see. Backstage, has talked to Iain and John when they were with Whitesnake. As for throwing the water, never do that to the Hammond B3.
Oh, God, no.
Richard saw the ill-fated Van Halen 2004 reunion. Oh my God, that was a mess. And I didn't go and didn't see any of it, but I heard about it and no.
Yeah, you're saying about venues, Michael.
Yes.
I went to see Pink Floyd at the Docklands Arena in London.
Oh,
what a place to get to, you know. And it was a bizarre one. The show started at 4:00 in the afternoon.
God.
Because of the residents didn't want the noise at night on a Sunday.
Yes. Yeah.
4 p.m. Yeah, that's not great, is it? So it's all over by sort of 7 o'clock then.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, to get to the Docklands, I mean, I don't know what it's like now, but you were going down these narrow streets.
Yeah.
So Docklands is not an easy place to get to.
No.
Yeah. I always prefer small venues, quite honestly. But then, you know, it's the sort of, you know, the sort of music that I like, you know, lends itself to small venues. Because, as you know, the stuff I like is not necessarily very popular. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it's like, I mean, like Fish, you know, he never played, once he left Marillion, he never played big venues.
Yeah, the Milton Keynes Fishbowl.
Yeah. He played, I've seen him in Northampton at the Roadmender. I've seen him in little clubs. I've seen him at the Rock City. I mean, when we saw them in Aylesbury, it's probably the biggest theatre I'd seen Fish in since he left Marillion.
As I say, quite often they're looking for the more intimate surroundings.
Yeah.
They're appreciated.
Yeah, Fish said that in an interview that when he used to play these big arenas and that, he never felt connection with the crowd.
Yeah, but as a, you know, as a member of the crowd, it's difficult to really have a connection with the band on stage if you're, you know, one of 80,000.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're looking
and if you're so far back that you have to see the tiny dot that's on the big screen to the side of the stage.
Yeah.
He's still a tiny dot. You can't bloody see him.
I mean, when I saw Queen, there was no screens. And I mean, Freddie Mercury was about that big.
Yeah.
Was that Nebworth?
Nebworth, yeah.
The helicopter?
Yeah.
It's a kind of magic, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, for me,
Okay.
Okay. It was 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Cool.
Oh.
Hard Rock Hotel.
Wow.
Ooh.
Big to-doings. Big event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lucent had just bought the company that I was working for. right? Lucent Technologies, one of the biggest acquisitions of that time, $24 billion. So we're talking about excesses through the roof. Okay. And the deal had just closed, and the Hard Rock had a venue called The Joint, which was a ballroom. And the sign said private party. Okay. Nobody can enter unless they could prove that they were part of the acquiring company or the company being acquired. All right. Nobody knew what it was behind those doors. Okay.
Wow.
I was a little drunk, I'll admit it. And like I said before, for me, it's the venue, the right venue for the band. And I walk inside, the show had already begun, and I see all these men and these women, like in their 30s and their 50s and their 60s, because Lucid was an older company, right? And they're all wearing the same corporate shirts with the Lucid logo on it.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
And they're dancing like 50s style dancing, like twirling their wives around, right? And who is the performer? You're not going to believe this when I tell you, because when I say corporate excess, most likely the band received probably $300,000 to $400,000 for that performance that night, 1999. It was Blondie. I shit you not.
Wow.
Wow.
And I was appalled. I
Yeah.
was so appalled. I just kept looking at her and those dancing overweight guys and looking back at her and I was like, this is ridiculous. Absolutely. And I was the only one in the room saying this is ridiculous, because everybody else was like, it's Blondie, it's Blondie. And the band always never made the event public in any of their literature. It was always kept a secret.
Wow.
Only people who know,
Wow.
people who were there, and the transaction people who paid them the money. I mean, that's a lot of money for one performance. And they did a limited set. I mean, they only probably did, let me see, 10 songs,
Wow.
including encore. Yeah.
Wow. That was a good payday for them then.
I mean,
Yeah. So you're talking 30 minutes then?
No, probably an hour. I get 45
An hour.
minutes. Yeah.
Right, okay.
I'm getting paid. No wonder they said yes.
But there was no banter. I mean, there was no connection with the audience. You know, she didn't talk at all to the audience because they were corporate dweebs. I mean,
Yeah.
everything she railed about in her career, and she's and they're pandering to them. I couldn't believe it. It was the pinnacle of excess I'd ever seen. And of course, following that, became the .com boom and the .com crash. I mean, that was just,
Yeah. I mean, that's it. And I mean, with Jimmy Cliff sort of like sadly passing away this week, that there's been quite a few little sort of clips on the telly and whatever. And I think it was on Channel 4 News. They showed a clip of Jimmy Cliff performing "The Harder They Come," and he's performing in front of an audience of middle-aged people in dinner jackets, and it just looks
so wrong.
It just looks wrong, and they're just sat there staring at the guy. There's no connection. There's no love for reggae, obviously. There, and I just think, oh, what a waste! What a waste!
Oh my God.
Who's CKY?
Oh, crikey.
Yes, who is CKY?
They're a rock band.
I just
don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would have thought any era of Axl Rose isn't going to be great to watch, is it?
No, I mean, as I said earlier, I saw him when they were supposed to be in their prime.
Yeah.
When they're at the time of destruction, they were awful.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. CKY, an abbreviation of Camp Kill Yourself.
Can't
Alright.
kill yourself?
Camp,
Cam.
as in Camp David.
Huh.
Oh,
They're a trio: Deron Miller on guitar, lead vocals, Chad Ginsberg on lead guitar, and Jess Margera on drums. But talking about expensive bands for a private party,
Hmm.
how about 8 million?
For who?
The Rolling Stones charged 8 million to perform at a wedding reception back in 2009.
Wow, 8 million.
yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Hi, Simon. Yeah. Well, I would say sort of wedding receptions are sort of like just right for Rolling Stones nowadays. Sort of like available for weddings and
Dubai.
bar mitzvahs.
Which country, Dave? In Dubai?
Mhm. Oh, there've been a few private parties in Dubai that have cost a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, before we go on to mine, I'm sure there's a gig that Dave and I was at that was a very exclusive gig, wasn't it? In the Black Bottom Club.
Oh, yes, her. Yes.
We didn't know. We just turned up for an
very-
evening.
Yes,
out.
and it turned out to be a very intimate in that it was less than 200, less than 150 people. Oh, yes. Yeah, go on.
Go on, Ian.
Katie Muella.
Katie Melua.
Melua, sorry.
Really? She can get 150 people to watch her? Wow. Wow. I mean, quite honestly, I would, if I met Katie Melio, I'd just ask her how she knew how many bicycles there were in Beijing. That's the only thing I'd be interested in, but
No, we saw her just before that song.
I'm afraid you've lost me completely there, Dave. I think she's terrible MOR sort of
no, we saw her before she hit the big time. It was about a week or a fortnight before that song.
So who was the support then? Was it someone like Jay McDonald maybe?
No, nobody.
No. She was the act at the nightclub.
I'm trying to be rude. Here. Come on.
Not going to work. Not going to work.
Yeah,
I like Katie Melua.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's anathema to me, quite honestly. I'm sorry, but I just can't.
Yeah. Okay, one of my
people who got artists to play. Rush Limbaugh got Elton John to play at his wedding.
I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, who's Rush Limbaugh?
He's a talk show guy.
Oh,
he's
right.
Controversial.
Right. Yeah, so he's obviously well connected in showbiz circles then, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cream reformed in the 80s to play a wedding reception 20 years before the official reunion.
That would, can you imagine you go to a wedding and you find that you've got, you've got Cream playing?
Yeah. Oh, right. Simon goes rubbish, but stick around.
yeah. Why not, Andy? Why not? Yeah. Tanita Tickerel. Yeah. There's a good tradition with Tanita.
Yeah.
Okay. 3. Yes, it should be Iain with a good one.
2002.
Yeah.
I've got a weekend off. I went down the pub at Sunday lunchtime, have a pint with some friends. One of my mates walked in. He said, "You got anything planned for the rest of the day?" And I went, "No." He says, "Oh, good." He says, "Do you want to come to see Alice Cooper?"
Ooh.
So I went, "Oh, I think I can do that." He says, "When we going?" He says, "The minibus is coming in half an hour."
Wow.
So I says, he said, "Yeah, we'll wait for you." So I went back because I only live around the corner. Quick change, got some cash out, because there wasn't such thing as tap and go then. and we got on the minibus, and we went up to the NEC.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right.
I'm sure he's very respectful, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
well, we were saving this for later, but since it's been brought up, happy birthday for tomorrow, Simon!
Yay!
Happy birthday!
anyway, so we get to
Anyway.
the NEC. We haven't got out. Who the hell's supporting? So we sat down and come that one down the lights. We thought, oh, it's some old shit band, you know, that you normally get. And then we got this sort of keyboard. I recognise that. I mean, then you got diddle-diddle-dun, diddle-diddle-dun, diddle-diddle-dun. I said, oh, it's someone doing a cover of Tarot Woman by Rainbow. Yes, it was a cover of Tarot Woman done by Ronnie James Dio and Dio. So I had a support band of Dio followed by Alice Cooper. What a night. What a night of music. You know, Dio did, you know, the Dio hits. He did Black Sabbath. He did Rainbow.
Wow.
And then Alice come out and just done what Alice does.
Yeah.
Brilliant night. Brilliant stuff. And that was me just walking in the pub at the right time.
What venue was this?
NEC in Birmingham. It's a 12,000
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
big, isn't it?
venue. It's a big venue.
Big exhibition place.
We had great seats. Absolutely stunning performance.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
Sorry.
Well, considering there'll be a load of bones just popping out the cake. Yeah, so there's one of my great gigs.
It's one of your good ones.
Yeah.
Oh, great gigs. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
Right,
good. Yeah, I've got a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds.
Okay.
All right. Bum. Put Iain back up.
Right,
In
so
which
have I got
case-
anything else I can say about a good gig as an extra? I've been to so many gigs. Oh, how's about the Damned in my local theatre?
Wow.
Yeah, the boy was getting whatever. Oh, pale ale. Yeah, I was just saying, I saw the Damned in my local theatre when it first opened, and the fans ripped up the seats. Brilliant.
What year was that then?
85?
Oh, that's not bad then.
No. Oh, but brilliant. We loved it. The staff didn't. They were shit scared. They really were.
Oh, right. I don't know whether Simon's going to enjoy tomorrow or not.
Yeah.
He starts in the garage. He's working, and Arsenal
Yeah,
on top
yeah.
of the league.
Yeah, Spurs were great last night, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that was a little bit Brucey bonus.
Right.
While Mike was getting refreshed.
Getting a beer, yeah, getting recharged.
Right, you do that. I did that, and then we go.
So we'll put it to Mike. Now, while Mike's doing that, I'll be listening because
And
guess
I'm-
what? My glass is empty.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, you must fill it then.
I must fill it.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, right then, folks. So
Cool.
knowing what you people like, let's go back to 1978, right?
Ooh.
Mhm.
And in the course of less than a month, I went to two festivals, and I got programs for them.
Very good. Show and
So
tell.
let's see. So the first one was A Midsummer Night's Dream at Nebworth,
Oh.
which was, of course,
Mm-hmm.
Genesis.
Ooh, what year was that?
Saturday, June 24th, 1978.
Oh, I've got a recording of that.
So they'd released, and then there were 3. So Genesis were
On the turn.
just on the downslope, I think, at that time. And the program's quite interesting actually, because it tells you all sorts of things. It tells you that Nebworth is close to the A1M motorway, and that pedestrians are not allowed on the motorway. So be careful when you leave the venue, guys. And there's also a sort of menu of the sort of food and drink that you can buy.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and a cup of tea cost 13p in 1978.
Wow.
And well, when I read that, I was thinking of sort of like of Caravan and their song Golf Girl. When it starts off, walking on a golf course dressed in PVC, I chanced upon a golf girl selling cups of tea. She asked me, "Did you want one?" She asked me with a grin, "For threepence, you can have one filled up to the rim." So, and that was 1971. So a cup of tea was threepence in 1971, and it had gone up to 13p in 1978. Now, again, it was Nebworth, and the weather wasn't great. It wasn't terrible weather, but it was kind of overcast and a bit drizzly. And so this is the lineup, folks.
Wow.
So you got the Atlanta Rhythm section, who were really good.
Yeah.
Brand X, who were not so good. Devo, and Nick would disagree with me if he was here, but
yeah, I've had a message from him. He's tired. He's just dead.
Oh, right, never mind. But Devo were, I can remember Devo were good fun. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, for me, they were the, that was a highlight for me. And Jefferson Starship, all right. And Genesis were okay. It was nice to see them and, everything, but they weren't really, at their prime then. So that was that gig. So that's who I went to see, and there's all sorts of stuff in there. I don't think there's not really very much in here, but then that was in June. Then in July, on Saturday the 15th of July 1978, I went to another festival, and it was the Picnic at Blackbush Airdrome. Blackbush was in Hampshire, and there you go.
Wow.
Bob Dylan. And I think in the middle here it gives you the program is a lot nicer for this one. So there we got Merger, who are a British reggae band who I really liked at the time. A band called Lake, and then there we go. Graham Parker in the room.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, Eric Clapton, Joan Armatrading was absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, Bob, what can you say about Bob? And, of course, Street Legal had just been released in the UK then. So that was that. So this is, these are the 2 gigs that I went to. So, folks, which is the best? What do you think? If you could go to one, which one would you go to?
Nebworth.
What?
Nebworth.
You'd go to Nebworth.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'd go to the Picnic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I agree. I'd go to the Picnic as well.
For me, it was Blackbush. Yeah. That was
Dylan Clapton.
Yeah, Dylan Clapton, but Graham Parker.
You were brilliant. What a lineup.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that Genesis, as you say, were on the turn. So
yeah, they were. They were just sort of. They were coming out of their golden period, weren't they?
Yeah.
But it was really great. So we hitchhiked to both of those. Blackbush wasn't so easy to get to, but Nebworth was a lot easier because it's just off the motorway. But,
yeah, don't go playing on the motorway, children.
Yep, that's right. and yeah, so that was that was what I was doing. And I think the other thing is that by 1978, my musical taste had sort of moved quite considerably, really. And another gig I went to in 1978 it would be the what was it called? The Big Stiff Route 78, it was called. That was the second Stiff tour. And you got Reckless Eric, who was the only person to play twice on the Stiff tour. Lena Lovitch was absolutely brilliant that night. And I'd not seen her before. Rachel Sweet, Jonah Louie, and Mickey Jupp. And, that was fantastic. And
Mickey Jupp, that would have been good.
It was absolutely brilliant. But the year before, the 1977, the Stiff's Greatest Stiffs, that had, Costello, Ian Jury. That's the first time I saw Ian Jury. Reckless Eric again. And I'm sure Eric was pissed out of his brain, and he seemed more interested in banter with the crowd than actually performing. And then Larry Wallace, did his one sort of, well, it wasn't a hit, but his one single for Stiff, which was a Police Car, which is one of my favorites.
Brilliant, yeah. I remember when we did the Stiff thing. That was one of my songs, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, so 1978 was pretty good. So as I say, I saw Dylan, I saw Genesis, I saw the Stiff tour, all in 1978. I think I saw Susie and the Banshees as well.
I think my year was 87. I saw a band every month.
Wow.
A big band every month of the year. I just go quick. I Kiss, Meatloaf, Quo, Magnum twice.
I like that Terry had Eddie in the Hot Rods as a support band. That's excellent.
So have you got any good gigs, Michael, that are memorable for you?
Well, I don't have show programs anymore.
Well,
but I do have the representative albums that were performed.
Oh yeah, go on them.
So, right? And so I'll just pick one band that I saw on 3 different occasions, and that's Genesis, right? And you've heard it before.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's still
Act like it's the first time. Act like you hear it here for the first time.
I'm just very envy of you.
I think 1973. I can't remember, but it was their first show in New York City, right? This is the one where he's got that 3-inch part up the front of his head.
Yeah.
Weird, wasn't it? That he would shave that part of his hair out. Nobody's ever done that before.
Yeah.
Or afterwards. So very sparse stage. I mean, it was a white curtain, black stage. They're all in white. They're all sitting, right? And so what he did a lot was storytelling and pantomime, because he would lead up into every song and tell a story about it. And one of the stories that he told very well was the musical box, right? Where he would talk about a ghost and a head popping off and playing croquet. So he was really good at using sound from his throat, like he would make sounds and he would tell stories. And he did that with the second tour, which was Selling England by the Pound, where he was wearing more costumes, right? In this tour, he was Britannia, where I forgot, I don't know what hat it was. You guys can tell me.
Yeah, the Britannia. Yeah, I've seen clips of him. That's absolutely brilliant.
and also he wore the old man's mask for the musical box, because they still did what they did is he did musical box on this tour also, right? He would mix in the older stuff. But Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, he looked totally different. Like his hair was cut. He was trying to look Puerto Rican. So his face had like kind of like darkish makeup on. And, you know, it's really funny because there's really not a lot of documentation about the Lamb days. If you notice that there's more documentation about the earlier tours, and I think because he was on the outs, right? He was very disengaged. He was involved with this William Friedkin movie, so he wasn't really so involved.
Yeah, he'd already told them that he was leaving on that after that tour, so they knew that he was out.
Right.
And Tony Banks says that it was a total disaster, that tour.
Yeah,
when they did
was the slideshow. That was the most memorable thing because the slideshow, they had 3 panels behind the stage and they were huge, and they would just flash different stills or different video clips, and it was like you were being like brainwashed by the CIA. That's kind of what the experience was like. And of course, because everybody was so stoned, you know, it did feel like that.
Yeah, excellent. I really wish I'd had the opportunity to see early Genesis.
Yeah,
and I never did.
But there's they did that box set, you know, rarities, and there's the whole of the live, supposed to be of the Blam live, but there is rumours that Peter had to go and re-record some of the vocal because of all the costumes. They couldn't, and Tony Banks said that you couldn't hear him.
Right, I believe it.
Yeah, and you talk about his stories on that same box set. There's a story because of the tuning on Supper's Ready. The band were tuning, so Pete had to tell these stories, and he tells a lovely story before Supper's Ready, and it's quite a long story.
Yes,
and the way he goes into it, he goes, and for sunset, it was Supper's Ready. You know, there must have been a nod from someone said, right, the band are ready, and he'd stop and said for them it was the Supper's Ready. Very clever what he did. I'd have loved to have seen. I think if I'd had to see Genesis in the early days, it would have been on that Selling England by the Pound tour.
Yeah.
When they closed out Supper's Ready, in the first tour, he's holding like a fluorescent light, a long fluorescent light, right? And in the second tour, in the Lamb tour, they use a flash bomb to end Supper's Ready. And in the Lamb Lies Down tour, they suspend him above the stage. He's like an acrobatic artist. He's raised above the stage. But because it's so dramatic, the ending of Supper's Ready, they use special lighting in each tour, which was really that was the most memorable aspect of those tours.
I mean, the best Genesis gig I saw was actually the We Can't Dance tour, believe it or not, because they did that whole section of the early stuff, 20 minutes, and it was the highlight of the show. I couldn't be, but they were doing the older stuff, which I love, Dance on a Volcano and all that, but I would have loved to have seen them at their pomp. I mean, I saw them as a pop band. I'm glad I saw them, but it wasn't the lineup I really wanted to see. And I keep trying to get tickets for Steve Hackett. They're playing in Northampton. They sold out within 3 hours. I'd have loved to have gone to see the Steve Hackett show because the band, that is what they do. What Steve does is just classic. And I've got loads of live albums of Nad Sylvan doing the singing, and he's brilliant at doing the Peter Gabriel stuff and the Phil Collins. It's wonderful. But yeah, I am very envious that you saw Genesis when they were a proper band.
Yeah.
Which band have you seen the most of any, Ian?
Status Quo.
How many times have you seen them?
About 70.
70 times. Wow.
And I stopped before they even packed. I like, as you know the story, when you go to a Quo concert and they don't bounce around the 4,500 times, that when Burning Bridges comes on and they bop around, you know it's time to stop going. I've seen Marillion about 40 times.
Wow.
But Marillion is one of my top bands. And when they did the garden party at Milton Keynes Bowl, it was a day festival. And it's probably the best festival I'd ever been to. The bands that were on. They opened up with this little boogie band from Ireland called the Mamas Boys. 3-piece band. Absolutely brilliant. You know, got the crowd going. Then Magnum came on and did their Vigilante was just about to land. So that was brilliant. And then you got Jethro Tull.
Right.
Again, and then Gary Moore, and then Marillion. It was one of them festivals. I knew every track from every band.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's absolutely your thing. Whenever you mention Magnum, Iain, I feel like an ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I prefer the longs because it's got all the longer stuff on, but that's why it's called the longs. And I'd say I've got to mention a Status Quo concert. Now I didn't get to see Quo the first time until the end of the road tour because I was of a age, and the first time I ever saw Quo was at the Leicester de Montfort, and it blew my socks away. It was old style Quo with Alan and the band and 4,500 times. Now I saw them at Milton Keynes Bowl, and although it was okay, it wasn't as good as the same set, but different.
The atmosphere was different.
Yeah, it was in an indoor atmosphere, and it was fresh. And I think by the time they got to Milton Keynes Bowl, they'd had enough.
Could you show Simon's comment, please?
I've just seen it.
Yeah, but I would go and see Quo when I'd go and see Quo not just once on the tour, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Do you know? I don't think I've seen any band more than about 5 or 6 times. You know, that's not for me. You know, if you think about it, you know, sort of like if you go to, a band you really like and they tour their latest album.
Yeah.
You know, there's not that many, are there? Not that many, albums for most bands sort of over the years. And yeah. So for me,
I've seen Floyd about 4 times.
Yeah. For me, I've just seen loads of bands. Bands that I probably can't even remember going to see.
I saw Frank Zappa. That was an amazing gig.
Okay.
I said, "I'll go on then," and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
What year?
Or
what period?
mid-80s. Because I brought a T-shirt with titties and beer on it.
Oh yeah. Oh, was that the T-shirt that your mum didn't approve of?
This is it.
Yeah.
She didn't hang out on the line.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
She didn't moan, but she said, "I'm not putting that on the bloody line."
Yeah.
Now Dave would know exactly how she would have said that.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I'm not really one for sort of going to see old rockers. The one exception to that is that I saw Neil Young about 5 years ago at Leeds Arena, and he was superb. But I felt I had to see Neil Young at least once in my life.
Yeah, I'm so glad I saw Queen. Okay, it was on the Magic tour, but I saw Freddie in his prime. This sort of reincarnation, I'm not interested.
No. No.
Well, no, it's not. It's not Queen, is it?
No.
I mean, Queen was all about Freddie Mercury, whatever the other members of the band might think.
Yeah, it was all about Freddie, and I got
Yeah.
to saw him a couple of times, and I loved it. It was an experience. It was nice to see him,
Yeah.
blah blah. But there's lots of bands that you go to, and you go, yeah. I mean, I remember the last time I saw Whitesnake. Oh, this is awful. It sounds groggy. No, stop it. Stop.
And yet, ELO Part 2 that we went to see in Northampton. That was thoroughly enjoyable.
It was. You didn't expect it. Okay, Jeff Lynne's not in the band, wasn't in the band, but you got Bev, Mick, and Mick, and they're brilliant. I mean, I saw Jeff Lynne's ELO as well, and that was great. And it's like at the band Sky. I saw them with John Williams, and then I saw them without them. And when he'd left, it just lost its.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I think I think sort of music is all about making choices, isn't it? And there are still an awful lot of punk, original punk bands still doing the clubs of the United Kingdom, and I'm just not interested. It just doesn't interest me. I think, well, they're not what they used to be. They're the people of my age, the people are maybe slightly older than me. I'd rather I'd much rather see something that's a bit more vital. Some new music. So that's why I haven't seen. That's why I haven't seen many bands a lot.
Right.
Yeah. But that's my choice.
Yeah, it's like Deep Purple. I mean, they're supposed to be touring in the UK again. I don't want to go and see them.
Well, I haven't seen them already. I mean,
Ian Gillan can't see the stage. Bless him. His eyesight's that bad.
Mm-hmm.
These people about David Coverdale. These retired.
It's his choice. He wants to retire while he can still enjoy it. I don't blame him. I think he's made the right decision for him.
He knows he can't sing anymore. So, you see, there's people out there that should stop touring. As much as I love AC/DC, and I love AC/DC, I've seen them a few times as well. But I don't want to see a grey-haired man in a school uniform. I don't.
Yeah,
I showed you the picture.
That's a very specialised kink, isn't it?
It is. I showed you that picture about 3 months ago.
Yeah. I'm sorry. There's people who go, why? I mean, I went and saw Iron Maiden this year, and nothing that's me done with Iron Maiden.
Yeah, but I mean, taken, all this stuff, taken to the nth degree, and it's like the way the sort of music industry was in the mid 70s. It was just these big sort of like dinosaurs of rock were keep going. The record companies encouraged them. They weren't looking for new talent, and the kind of logical conclusion to that is that is Ozzy Osbourne, isn't it? The guy was dead, within days of making a performance that he should probably never have made.
No.
And
would I go and see Wet Leg? Definitely.
No, I've sort of gone off Wet Leg. I think they're a bit. I don't know.
I was in one of their videos. I've met them as well. Nice chaps. Anyway, shall we do the wheel?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah.
It's been a great topic this house, so it's time to get that wheel up. So
yes,
I'm going to find it now.
Okay.
Because it is there. So here we go. The Wheel of Fortune for next week. So Jack Frost is on there.
Oh,
let's bump it up a wee bit so we can all see. There you go.
Born to be Wild. Coming number 2, Curtain Lifters. the numbers going. A new one. I've got 6.
Mhm.
To be or not to be.
And calendars.
Cryptic clues. Let's spin the wheel.
Ba-bum.
Colanders. Is that what you use to strain vegetables?
Yeah.
I wa-
Yeah, is it calendar or is it colander?
It's a calendar. Basically, it's songs that mention like months, days, special days, Christmas Day, January, March, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
No, I've got at least 6 straight away.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh, what happened there?
Yeah.
Don't know.
He pressed the wrong button.
I'll press the wrong button. So we'll make a thumbnail and call it a night.
All right.
Yeah.
Terry's just recalled one John Otway with a full band, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Bloody
Well,
brilliant.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Somebody saw curtain lifters having been talking about Chuck Berry. Right. You got 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, and it's been a great interest tonight talking about our ups and downs of concerts. And thank you very much for everybody's contributions in the galleries of it. So we'll see you all next week where we'll be showing records with months, days of the week, or that sort of thing.
Happy Thanksgiving to my American friends.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving. So we'll see you all next week.
Yeah. That's a thing. Has Donald J pardoned the turkey this year?
They do it every year.
Yeah. He's called Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.